Actually, here, I could do like this. But where do I take my glasses off for Parashat Tzitzit? Because I really like to put the tzitzit over my eyes. That's a real segula. The word tzitzit, like it says, mitzitz minacharakim. Te'ilu, I'm looking at my beloved through the cracks in the wall. That's what it says in Shir Hashirim. Mitzitz. Mitzitz means you're looking. The word tzitzit comes from that word, mitzitz. So you put, Correct. In Shir Hashirim. That's what it means. When he says, I love Hashem, right? He's talking about Hashem. It's like as if when you see, you're looking through cracks, keviyachol, at your beloved. Looking through the cracks. It's metzitz. You're peeking. Peeking. Yeah. That's the word. So this word, this tzitzit, has to do with looking. So you put it on your eyes. It gives you strength to your eyes. Ayin, the word ayin, yud nun chamisha pa'amim havaya. Yud kevav ke yud kevav ke yud kevav ke yud kevav. And in your eye you have 5 things. You have the 4 colors of your eye and the vision inside. You have that's or, that's sovev, that's or that's going around, like the or makif, right? And or that's mimale, and light that's inside. So or that's makif, that's the 4 times havaya around. And or that's mimale is the 1-time havaya inside. That's what gives power to your eye. 5 havayot. It's Kabbalah. So you have 5 knots on the tzitzit. It's kedeged all of these. And you put it on your eyes. It's supposed to give light to your eyes. It's supposed to give your eyes to see things. So many times you learn something, then next year you open the book again, you see different secrets. Then again you open it. Now imagine if a person is now finally in a chapter in his life when he's learning Sodot Torah. So you start learning Zohar. Talk midvashes. I'm telling you now, once you finish 10, 12 parashiot of the Zohar, and you go back and learn it again, and you learn the same ones, you're going to develop a new sense to the Zohar. You're going to develop a style. You're going to understand the Zohar. It's like an eye it's like an eye in the head. It's like a third eye. You will feel the Zohar a different way. But I'm going to tell you the secret. Just like you learn Gemara, the same 50 pages 30 times, the same thing you do with the Zohar. Learn the same 5, 6 ma'amarim in the Zohar 30, 40 times. And it'll expand your knowledge everywhere in the Zohar. That's the secret of learning. The secret of learning, the Torah is the only chokhmah in the world that you can learn the same sugya 100 times and it expands your knowledge in other sugya too. It's the only chokhmah in the world. In the body, you can learn about the foot 100 million times. The doctor that studied the foot doesn't know anything about the arm. But today, a person that studies you take Masechet Ketubot. Take the first parak of Masechet Ketubot, you have the whole Torah in there. I'm telling you now, you have the whole Torah in there. In Masechet Ketubot, the first 5, 6 pages, you already become an expert in Hilchot Shabbat. Just from learning the Rishonim on Masechet Ketubot. Even though it has nothing to do, it sounds like what Masechet Ketubot have to do with Shabbat. Oh, Perek Betulani said, can you make a Chabura on Shabbat or not? And there, that sugya takes you to the Psik Reisha, right? It takes you to Grama. It takes you to a lot of different sugyot in Hilchot Shabbat. The Torah is intertwined. It's woven in itself. And if the same thing with the Zohar HaKadosh, which is part of our holy Torah, you learn it, even if you learn the same ma'amar 1,000 times. Rav Benayahu Shmuley once said, all the Mekubalim in the world still cannot explain with Tuv Tam Vadat Sifra Netzniuta. Sifra Netzniuta is a very holy part of the Neshama of the Zohar. They can't explain it. They can't reach it. And he says, then he said over there, he says, and if you think they can't understand that only, even Patach Eliyahu, which we say every single day, nobody could understand it to the point where you understand it clearly. But you learn it deep, and it unveils layers of the Torah that we don't know yet. And it changes everything. The Chida HaKadosh said that when he was a kid, he says, why did he decide to go in the path of he was a professional in music. He was naturally a linguist. He could hear people speak conversations. He'd pick it up. Who's like this? Imagine 2 people speaking Spanish next to you, and you pick it up. How do you know what this word means, what that word means in your own language? How do you know? So Hashem gave that koach, but he said, you want to know why he stuck to Torah, why he stuck to being, why he wrote so much? He says because when he was younger, Hashem, through the Torah, used to talk to him. His mother got sick. He was learning a sugya that's somehow, through this thing that he's learning about, is telling him how to deal with his mother that's sick. Parnasa, he has a problem with Parnasa. He's learning right now, Ilchot Pesach, Ilchot Chametz Umatzah. Through that, somehow, he gets the answer to how to unlock the problem in his Parnasa. That's why it's called Etzah V'Tushia. Torah is called Etzah, advice, and Tushia. But a person has to have a seder in Libud. The Malachim have to know. Today he's going to be learning Daf Mem, what is it today? Mem what? In Daf Yomi, we have it? I think it's Mem Dalet. The Malachim know that he has a seder. Today he's learning Masechet Zvachim Daf Mem Dalet. Deliver the message through Mem Dalet and Masechet Zvachim. So the Malachim dresh themselves up in your seichel through the Gemara that you're learning. You have to believe this. This is really, really true. So many people that come Tuesday night religiously, they told me this. They said, a lot of times you speak on Tuesday night, it's exactly the problem I'm going through in my life. How did you know? Did somebody tell you? One time I said a speech here in Shabbat, and let me pause this. I'll delete it later. I said a speech here in Shabbat 3 years ago. I don't know if you were davening here yet that time. And I spoke in the speech about saying Lashon Hara to religious people and saying Lashon Hara to non-religious people. The non-religious people is 100 times worse. Why? Because a religious person, if he's going to hear Lashon Hara, he's going to say that's Lashon Hara. I'm not going to believe it till I hear it, till I see it myself at least. A non-religious person will take it, yeah? Tell me more. And now it goes back and forth, and he's going to spread it to everybody else. So you're number one, you're over on Lashon Hara. Number two, rechilut. Number three, lifnei yiver lo titen michshol, because Rishayim love to speak Lashon Hara. They love to spread Lashon Hara. So one guy got up in the speech and he said, "What are you hinting at me?" I said, "No, but now it's kind of obvious that I strung a chord that was perfect for you, right?" He thought I was hinting to him. I wasn't. I was talking about the parasha, whatever it was. That's the whole point. The Torah is Etzah V'Tushia. You have to have a seder in Limud. If the Malachim know what you're learning tomorrow, they're going to deliver what you need to know in that learning tomorrow. Right. We didn't know who was the person that spread such a thing. It was him. And he felt like I heard. Nah, I would have pointed on him. No. It's not true. Yeah. Another time, I was in a shul. And I gave a class about rabbis that easily matir people to walk past those automatic lights on Shabbat. You know how you walk at night? You can walk and a motion sensor turns on the light on the street. And they said it's not proper for people to just walk behefkerut. Oh, no problem. The light goes on, not an issue. If you look at the halacha, it's not like that. You should wait for motion sensor. You never saw it? You never saw a motion sensor turn on a light in the street when you walk by it? I don't understand. Okay, so you go also stairs of a building sometimes. You go in the stairs and boom, motion sensor goes on. Why? First of all, you should know if that light is fluorescent or halogen. It's a deoraita because it uses gas or fuel. It's fire. It's mamash fire. So if that's the case, then you can't do it. Rav Ovadia says, preferably you should wait for a goy and walk with the goy if you can. If you can't, you got to find a way to avoid it. He doesn't say blatantly that, since if you have no other choice, then you could do it. Just go walk, no problem, anywhere. So you're going to be walking down a block, turning on 10 lights on Shabbat. And so I said this in the shul. In the middle of my speech, the rabbi said, "What do you think you are?" Like that. "What do you think you are? Why, you disagree with my psak here? If I said they could walk, I know maybe more than you." In the middle of my speech. I said, "I wasn't talking about you. You asked me, I don't understand. Looked it up. Hashem wanted me to hear what you said. Please come back to my shul next week. I want to apologize in public." I said, "You can apologize in public in front of everyone. I'm not there. And no thank you. I'm not coming back to your shul." But people hear what they want to hear. It hits a chord. It makes them upset. It makes them afraid. It makes them feel like he's attacking me. That's the shir you need to go to. And that means he's talking to you, no? Doesn't that mean he's talking to you? Right? That's why, for example, it comes from. You should know that you want to learn Torah from the Rashba. have a Seder of Limud in the Rashba. Not one time here and there, but have a Seder of Limud in the Rashba. Every Gemara you learn from now on, look up the Rashba. The Malachim will speak to you through the Rashba's teachings. You want to learn, you want to have the Torah teach you about business. You want to dedicate a Masechta that you want to learn for business. Masechet Baba Kama, Baba Batra, Baba Metzia. There's a lot of things in business, also in Masechet Shabbat, also in Masechet Moed Katan. And there you accept upon yourself Masechet Moed Katan, that this Hashem should give us Siyata Dishmaya in business and have a Seder and Limud in that thing. Hashem will talk to you through that Masechet. People don't believe it. I see it every day. I see it every single day in my own life.